Okay, so today's question is, what are the minimum number of hours that you need to spend to do an Ironman? So I'm going to give you an analogy right off the hop. Doing an Ironman is like having a golf membership. I was doing a talk once with a bunch of factory workers at a local factory. They brought me in as a motivational speaker. And I came in, and one of the questions the guy asked was, where do you find the time to do an Ironman? And I had a room full of maybe 150 factory workers. And they're all sitting there in their blue coveralls. And I says, who here in the room has a golf membership? Put your hand up. So probably about 3/4 of the room put their hands up. And I said, now in the summertime, when it's nice and warm outside, how many of you go golfing 9 holes every morning before you go to work? Probably half of them put their hand up. And I said, and on the weekends, you know it gets busy in the weekend in the afternoon, so who goes golfing first thing in the morning at the first tee times? Half the room puts their hands up. How many holes do you play? 18, 36? What are you playing? And most of them said, yeah, 36. Okay, that's the time. You're choosing to golf. I'm choosing to train for Ironman. You're choosing to hit a ball and then get in your golf cart and drive up to the next ball or the next shot. I'm choosing to just simply exercise during that time. And they can now they got the time commitment in their head. Now you can understand. This training for an Ironman is like having a golf membership, only you've got the golf course is open all year round. The only thing is sometimes you're in the indoor range and sometimes you're out on the course playing in the beautiful blue sky. So if you think about it, to do an Ironman, and do it in a way that you can successfully complete the course with 3 or 4 hours to spare, because the cutoff is 17 hours. So if you want to come in at, say, 13, 14 hours, which is a very respectable time. Hey, listen, finishing the race is respectable. What am I saying? Finishing the race is respectable. That's your goal. The first and only goal is to get to the finish line before the cutoff at 17 hours. But the more you do Ironman, the more your competitive juices start to flow, and you start to ask yourself, well, could I do better? Could I be faster? How can I be faster? Right? So, how long does it take to train? Well, I did this in another video, and you can go back and maybe I'll put that video here. I'll put a link to that. How to periodize your training. It takes about anywhere from 500 to 600 hours a year of training volume to do an Ironman in 12 to 13 hours. That's what's required from you. Now, what does that look like in a week-to-week basis? Well, Monday's a rest day. Tuesday is a 90-minute ride followed by a 20-minute run. So pretty much a 2-hour workout in the morning before you go to work. And bear in mind, everything is in the morning that I'm going to talk about here for a minute, except for one swim, because you've got to give your body the time it needs to recover from each workout, and I'll explain that in a second too. But, so Monday is a rest day, Tuesday, 90-minute bike followed by a 20-minute run. Wednesday is going to be a 60-minute run and a 60-minute swim. Depending on when you can get into the pool, it might be that you swim in the morning and run in the afternoon or evening, or reverse. Thursday and Friday morning, 90-minute bike ride indoors. Well, depending on where you are. I'll say this, you don't have to ride outdoors all the time. You will develop the bike handling skills you need in the right weather, in the right lighting conditions. I almost got in so many accidents thinking that I had to be outdoors doing those 90-minute rides in darkness with my headlamp and something on my bike. And you know what I didn't see? I didn't see potholes, right? There were hidden things that caused me to take unnecessary risk early in my career. And what I know now, and what the pros do, the pros spend probably 80% of their time indoors on treadmills and on trainers, so that on bike simulators, whether it be a Wahoo kicker or some other piece of bike equipment, they spend their time indoors so that they don't get hurt. It's just a matter of keep it safe, put in the volume, get the experience on the road, handling the bike when you need to, when it's beautiful outside. Get to the weekends, and now you've got Saturday, which is today's Saturday, I'm doing a 2-hour bike ride today. I did that this morning, and you're going to build your long rides, which might be anywhere from, 90 minutes to 6 hours. It's going to ramp up with your training schedule. So a Saturday, the longest you're ever going to have to ride on a Saturday is going to be 6 hours, but you might have a 6-hour ride where you start at 6 in the morning and you finish at noon. Sunday, you're going to do a long run. It could be anywhere from, 10 kilometers when you're beginning to it could be a full 30 kilometers when you're done. The thing about running is you're never going to have to run a full marathon in your training sessions. You're already building up enough volume of effort every week to be able to run that full marathon distance, but you don't have to train at the full marathon distance. You will be able to do that run when you get there. Trust me, I've done it 3 times. It works. So the question was, how much time does it take to train for an Ironman? Well, if you think of it in those chunks, and I didn't mention Monday. Monday is a recovery day. Monday is completely a rest and recovery day where you do active recovery. So when you think about how long does it take to train, if you've got 2 hours every morning where you can get up and exercise and then go to work, if you've got the mornings on Saturday and Sunday where you can get up at 6 o'clock and start whatever the distance is you're training for that day, get it in the books, and then be a human being to the people who are around you at home and not be a disaster. If you've got that kind of time and you've got that kind of energy, then you've got time to train for an Ironman. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a commitment that you've got to make. So I have done a video on periodized training and what that looks like. I will put that link right here. And if you have any questions about this what I've just shared, this video, please drop a comment. Let me know what race you're doing this year. Tell me what race you're doing this year, or tell me what you're thinking about doing in the comments. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions I haven't answered already that I could answer for you. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. I have a new video every day going out about something new, a new perspective that every new triathlon beginner might want to know. Thanks everybody. We'll see you in the next video.